Africa. 5 African presidents agreed to sell nations' forests to foreigners. 5 African heads of state have entered agreements to sell tens of millions of acres of their country's forests and farm woodlands to foreign companies that plan to use the land to sell carbon credits. Carbon credits are permits that allow the owner to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases. Companies like oil producers that pollute are awarded credits that allow them to continue to pollute up to a certain limit. As reported by AP, member of the royal family of Dubai, Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum, apparently would like to use his little-known company, Blue Carbon, to buy African forests to sell carbon credits to oil-producing Gulf nations to offset their carbon emissions. In September 2023, the Zimbabwean Environment Minister, Nqobizitha Maangaliso, signed over control of almost 20% of the nation's land to Blue Carbon. Similarly, former Liberian President George Weah agreed to sell around 10% of his country's land to Blue Carbon in March 2023, before reneging after the leaked secret agreement became a campaign issue during the presidential election in October, which Weah still lost. According to the Liberian Constitution, the government must obtain approval from involved communities before entering agreements with foreign governments to sell the nation's land. It is unknown if newly elected Liberian President Joseph Boakai will re-enter the unpopular agreement with Blue Carbon, but the director of the Liberian Environmental Protection Agency, Emmanuel Yarkpawolo, said, quote, "The deal is on hold, and Liberia is now developing rules for selling carbon credits," unquote. Meanwhile, forest communities in Kenya have been illegally evicted from their ancestral land to make way for carbon credit projects. As stated by The Citizen, Tanzania signed one of East Africa's largest carbon credit deals in December, which encompasses 6 national parks. As per Yale Environment 360, the Zambian government signed an agreement with Blue Carbon for it to use 5% of the nation's land for carbon credits. The agreements Blue Carbon signed with Liberia, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe encompass 60 million acres, an area the size of the United Kingdom. The agreement Blue Carbon signed with Liberia gave the Emirati company a 30-year monopoly on carbon credits from the country.